Welcome to Filters in MasterCAM Tool Managers. You can see I have the Lathe Tool Manager open here. On the right hand side I have a tool filter active for my machine group. I also have a filter active for my library as well. So I'm going to turn this on up above and down below. It's looking at the same filter here. So you can see I've filtered to drills by turning on my filter, making it active. So if I look at my tool filter, you can see that the drill is depressed. It's got a heavy black outline around it. So I'm filtering for just drills and all these other things as well. So there's a variety of other parameters that we can filter on. Now while I'm here, I do want to turn a couple of these off so we can see how this filter is modal. So we've turned off left-hand tools and bottom turret. So we'll green check out and say OK. And I want to show you one other place that we have filters. So I'm going to open up one of these operations in this finished part and go to the toolpath parameter page where the tool lives. And you can see I have a checkbox for my library tools. So there's a filter for libraries here. And I also have a checkbox for the tool filter. So if I take a look at what we currently see here, we see turning tools. I don't see any drills, which is what I had set. So let's take a look at what's turned on. You can see the drill is turned off, and it turned on turning tools, boring tools, and custom tools. So based on the operation, it did pre-select our tool type for us. However, these other settings here, you can see that the bottom turret stayed unchecked and the left-hand tools stayed unchecked. So there is some modality here, but there's also some intelligence built into the background as well. So we'll go back into the Lathe Tool Manager, and I'll turn these filters off. And just to do a little different change, we'll go in and we'll say none here. So we have no filters on tool types right now. We'll show only turning tools. So if I make this active on the top, all I see are turning tools. I can do the same down here while the filters are active, and again, all I see are turning. I do have filters for my 3D inserts and holders. So this insert filter here goes with these inserts, and the same for the holder. We have a variety of parameters that we can filter for on our inserts, and the same with our holders. So that's filters in lathe. Let's take a look at filters in milling. So we'll go to the Mill Tool Manager, and they're very similar. And right now if I go to my filter, I've got one filter button here. So this one filter serves the needs for all of mill tools. And again, normally I would do something like none, and I want to select only end mills. We'll say OK. Now if I make my filter active, all I see is flat end mills, because that's what I have selected in my filter. Same thing down here. So the other thing we can do inside of here is we can filter for a specific tool. So in this case, I believe I have a 125 drill in this part. So just for demonstration purposes, well, in this case I got 125 flat end mill because that's what I told it I wanted it. And I don't have 125. I don't have any 125 flat end mills up above, but I do have a 125 flat end mill down below. So just remember to put it back, because that filter is going to stay modal. And that's filters in MasterCAM Lathe.